Just for how long will you rely on that 30,000 rupees paycheck and work 9 to 5 to sustain your boss's empire? And will you ever have that financial freedom to live your life freely? And what if we tell you that all you need is a book to turn your life upside down? When the going gets tough, the tough gets going. The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel is a must-read book to change your financial life. This is the reason we have brought a complete blueprint for you guys, with practical examples that can help with financial management and wealth creation alike. In this video, we'll explain the 5 key lessons extracted from the book, which are perfectly applicable in the Indian investing landscape. And these lessons, if applied, can help you become a better investor in the Indian stock market. So, let us jump right into the video. Lesson number 1. Getting wealthy and staying wealthy are two completely different things. The first lesson Morgan Housel wants you to learn is the difference between achieving wealth and sustaining wealth. Most people think that if somehow they develop a stable source of cash income, then one way or another, everything's gonna be sunshine and steady. But that's far from reality. The book explains that the mindset and skills required for generating wealth are different from maintaining it. Wealth creation requires an element of risk, whereas staying wealthy avoids risk and is rather oriented towards a survival mentality. In other words, a person who tends to get wealthy will invest differently than a person who tends to keep wealth in stocks. Similarly, looking from another dimension, those who wish to get wealthy are likely to lean towards greater returns and trading stocks quickly to get profits, whereas a person who wants to sustain this wealth will lean towards business sustainability and will look to play it long. According to Morgan Housel, the person who wants to stay wealthy will assess things like business models, financial statements, and historical CAGR percentages before making any investment decisions, whereas the person who wants to get wealthy will focus on short-term price hikes and dividend payouts to make investing decisions. These two mindsets have a big impact on a person's investing career. But according to Morgan Housel, everything starts with saving money and then putting the money to work by investing it in quality stocks. Lesson number 2. High savings versus high returns. Let's just say we have Mr. X and Mr. Y, who are two Indian middle-class workers dependent on their monthly paycheck of Rs 10,000. Now, if Mr. X saves 50% of his salary, which is 5,000 rupees, he would have a capital of 60,000 rupees in a year. Now, we can assume that Mr. X is an average investor who invested his savings of Rs 60,000 in the stock market, managing returns of 5% per annum, which would amount to 3,000 rupees. Now, on the other side, if Mr. Y saves just 10% of his monthly income, which is 1,000 rupees, he would need a return rate of 25% annually to accumulate the same 3,000 rupees if he wishes to invest 12,000 rupees, which is 1 year of savings. According to Morgan Housel, even if you're not getting those high returns in the stock market, your savings can have a big effect on your investments. Just like Mr. X, who couldn't get high returns but was still able to build wealth due to the high savings rate. The game of money is all about saving money and investing it in the right stocks. But there is one thing that many investors ignore, and according to Morgan Housel, this is where the profits go plunging down for them. This brings us to the third lesson. Lesson number 3. Include room for error. Firstly, like every other living thing on earth, investors are humans too, and they're bound to make careless mistakes or miscalculations sometimes. According to Morgan Housel, it is important to include room for error while making investing decisions or building your stock portfolio. Warren Buffett, when asked, "What is the biggest mistake you've made?" has an interesting answer. He says that he has taken many poor decisions in his life, but these errors are nothing in comparison to the decisions that he did not take. Similarly, Morgan Housel wants you to ask a question before making any investment decision. What would the impact be on my net worth if the price of the stock fell by 50%? The book reaffirms that the game of investing does not guarantee your win every time, and the best and proven way to tackle this uncertainty is to increase the gap between what you think will happen and what might happen. To put it another way, an investor shouldn't be viewing the world as black or white, but should rather be looking at the gray area that focuses more on where the outcomes are sustainable, and that is the smartest way to proceed while leaving room for error. Indeed, every investor needs to leave some room for error before making some investments, but the most important step is to have a game plan. Lesson number 4. Always stick to your plan. Different people will invest differently based on their long-term goals, personalities, and needs. According to Morgan Housel, having a plan is equally as important as making profits. But the thing that matters the most is whether an investor is sticking to the plan or not. For example, you might start your investing career by investing in those dividend stocks to get some steady cash flow going. Whereas on the way, you change your mind and your plan from dividend investing to growth investing and start investing in stocks with long-term growth incentives. And to cap it all, one of your friends advised you to invest in mutual funds. So you just abandoned your plan altogether and started finding a good mutual fund for yourself. As far as Morgan Housel is concerned, this approach is in stark contrast to the winning mindset. In India, there are great investment plans like the SIP, Systematic Investment Plan, where they can invest in a mutual fund of their choice, and that too in a disciplined manner. You can invest a fixed amount which is determined by pre-defined intervals, and that means you can create a plan for yourself and then invest regularly to track your goal on a yearly, monthly, or quarterly basis. For example, let's just say that your goal is to achieve the amount of rupees 1 crore in the next 15 years, with a stable rate of return of about 15%. Now, keeping all these factors in view, tenure of 15 years, desired target of rupees 1 crore, and a return rate of 15%. By doing some simple math, or you can refer to any online calculator, you can calculate the monthly SIP amount. In this case, it is rupees 14,774 that you need to invest every month. By using the systematic investment plan, you can invest according to your goals. But here's a great bonus for you guys: the Quant Tax Plan. If you decide to invest following the Quant Tax Plan, which is an investment scheme by the Quant Tax Mutual Fund, you can get that edge over other investors because this plan helps you get those returns of 22%. And this fund has performed consistently better than the others. Let's suppose you decide to invest an amount of 5,000 rupees per month using the Quant Tax Plan over 25 years with a return rate of 22%. This time, your invested amount will be 1.5 million rupees and your profit would be more than 2 crores. If you like this bonus, make sure you hit that like button. And if you like videos regarding investing and financial freedom, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Lesson number 5. Use time to your advantage. Being an investor, time will be your biggest friend. The earlier you start investing, the more chances you have to make money and learn about the money game. And this is because of the power of compounding. Let's understand this with an example of the S&P 500, which contains the top companies in the US and has given an average return rate of 10.29% since 1926. This means that $10,000 invested in the S&P 500 for 10 straight years would turn into $27,116. By doing some simple math, we can calculate that by investing for 20 years, it would turn into $73,529. When you invest for 30 years, you will have $199,383, and the cycle goes on. In simpler terms, investing is all about utilizing your time and making the most out of the compound interest to reap your benefits. According to Morgan Housel, in order to make the most out of your investments, it is important that you don't interfere with the compounding. Furthermore, the book explains that investors should not try to time the market by getting greedy. As one of the extracts from the book says, compounding only works if you can give an asset years and years to grow. It's like planting oak trees. A year of growth will never show much progress. 10 years can make a meaningful difference, and 50 years can create something absolutely extraordinary. The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel has been one of the most influential books, if not the most, in the 21st century. It is a great guide for anyone looking to create and sustain wealth by investing in stocks and other assets. Emotions can play a great role in our financial decisions, and this is what separates the successful from the average. And everything starts when you decide to change your life by investing in yourself. Wealth is something you attract, and the better you get, the more chances for you to create and sustain wealth. We have also uploaded a great video on how to create generational wealth by investing in the stock market. Make sure you give it a view and let us know what you think in the comment section below.